it's Miss Carrie. So today I'm out in our clubhouse and Adria and Cole and we painted something behind us. As you can see, it's a very pretty rainbow, and it is, we painted that for our lesson that we're going to be learning, and our lesson's going to be about Noah and the ark and God keeping his promise to Noah. The rainbow is a sign of God's promises. And so our core truth that we're going to be learning is God keeps his promises. And a promise is something that you tell someone that you're going to do. When you tell someone that you're going to do something and you do it. So it might be when you tell your mommy that you're going to eat all your vegetables and you do, you keep your promise. If you tell your little brother that you're going to share your toys and you do, that is keeping your promise. So today we're going to learn about how God made a promise to Noah. So back in Noah's day, the earth was filled with lots of bad people. They did bad things, and if they weren't doing bad things, they were thinking about bad things. They didn't obey God at all. And Noah was the only man who did live to please God. He was a good man. He wasn't perfect, but he wanted to obey God. And so in Genesis 6, I've got my Bible right here. And in Genesis 6, the Bible tells us that God was pleased or happy with Noah. But he wasn't pleased with all the other people. All the other people on earth made God so sad, and he decided that he just needed to get rid of all the people on the earth. He was sorry that he ever made the people on the earth. And so he told Noah, he said, I'm going to send a huge flood. Water is going to cover the earth, and it's going to destroy everything. Well, Noah, he didn't know what God was talking about. He had never seen rain before. He didn't know what a flood was, but he trusted God. He knew that what God said was the truth and that he was going to trust him. So God said, because of all the sin on the earth, the people are going to die because of it. But I will keep you and your family safe. And he said, he gave Noah a job. He said, I want you to build an ark. An ark is a great big boat. And he said, I want you to make it out of wood. That'll make it float. And I want it with rooms inside. I want it to be built really, really big. I want it to have a roof on top. And so Noah did everything that God asked him to do. He started building the ark, and he probably had help from his 3 sons. So after a long, long time, it took Noah a long time because he had to go cut the trees. Then he had to make the trees into boards. Then he had to figure out how he was going to put this great big boat together. So it took Noah a long time, but he had God's help. So that's how he figured everything out, and that's how he did everything. And so after a while, he finally got the boat made. And I'm going to show you a picture of what that looked like. So here is the ark. See, it was huge. You see the roof there on top? Yeah. So, do you know why it's a good thing that God said to make the ark big? Because God was planning on keeping Noah and his family safe, and he was also planning to put something on the ark. What was it? Animals. He was planning to put animals safe inside the ark so that they could all reproduce, and once the earth was flooded and came back to land, that the earth could be replenished with animals and people. So Cubbies, I want you to remember, when someone keeps a promise, we say that he or she is faithful. Faithful means that you keep your promises. You do what you say. And that is where we find our memory verse for this week. and it's in Lamentations. Lamentations is a big word. Can you say it? Lamentations 3:23. And Lamentations is not a book that I normally go to, so I had to go in front of my book here, in front of my Bible, that tells me where to go find Lamentations. So when you all start learning to read and you all start learning your Bible, you can just look in the front. No shame in having to do that. You go to the front of your book, you find the word Lamentations, and I see that it was way over here. And that's where I found our memory verse. And our memory verse is, great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3:28. And when it says your, that means God. Great is God's faithfulness. He will always, always keep his promises to us. And that is what our core truth is. God keeps his promises. And great is your faithfulness, Lamentations 3:23. So I want you all to always remember that. And I've got a book that once we finish all of this lesson, I'm going to read it to you. It's so good. It's called Birds, Beasts, Critters, and Creatures, The Story of Noah's Ark. And so I'm going to read just a couple pages today. All right, this is the front of it. Isn't that pretty with the rainbow behind it? Okay. It says, the largest thunderstorm the world had ever seen covered God's great earth, all things growing and all things green. Washing the land of all that's not good, he chose a man named Noah to build an ark out of wood. There's Noah. With the boat near completion and only 7 days to spare, Noah beckoned all animals, every boy and girl pair. So next week we're going to learn about the animals. I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite stories. And I hope that you guys will join me next week. I would love to see some of your rainbow drawings, some of your ark drawings. You can draw a big boat. Maybe you want to make a big boat. If you all would send me a picture of that, I would be so happy. I miss seeing your faces. And I just would love to just see your little smiling faces, and I can't wait to get back to you guys. So have a good day, and remember, God keeps his promises, and he is faithful.